And don't come back this time.
Oi! Very gentlemanly.
Huh?
You just... Ah, never mind. What's up with you?
Didn't get much sleep, did I?
Oh, you missing Jazz?
No.
Are you worried about something?
Yeah, how I'm supposed to keep up with this Chantel bird? She's insatiable.
Kevin,
What?
you don't have to talk about women like that, you know.
Oh, so you don't want to hear about my date tonight. Sally, 22, last year of uni.
Classy. What about Chantel?
What about her?
And what time was this?
About an hour ago.
Right, okay. You say you got a look at the man. Could you give me a description? Miss Wade?
I know who took it.
Right, okay. A name?
It was my partner, ex-partner, Keith Byton.
And why did Keith take the car?
He must think I'm such a slob.
You don't have to tidy up on our account.
It's not usually like this.
They're your bottles.
Oh, Keith. I tried to get him to give up, you know.
Are they from last night, or was he still drinking this morning?
This morning.
Dad?
How have you been?
Yeah, I've got a couple of days off.
Can I come in?
Yeah, of course. Are you all right?
Hey, you're looking great.
Wish I could say the same.
Is your mum in?
Her and Len have gone away for the week.
Do you think she'd mind if I crashed here just for a couple of days?
You and Helen?
I don't know.
Yeah, for a couple of days then.
Thanks, son.
Okay, so they should be ready in about a week, okay? Actually, hold on, let me take my card. Be quicker to call me than go through reception. Sometimes they're a bit slow. If you have any problems, you give me a call, okay?
Thank you.
Anytime. Got something on my face?
No.
Then what?
Giving your card to Patience.
She was worried.
Oh, right. So if she looked like one of the ugly sisters, you'd be so willing to help.
Of course, I treat all my patients equally.
All right. So you'll be giving your number to Mrs. Mooney, will you?
Excuse me? Hello? Oh, hi. Oh, hi, yes, of course, I remember you.
I was with Uncle Nathan last week. He was asking about you.
Yeah.
Said he'd not seen you in a while.
I've been busy.
We should call him, get him round.
I don't know.
The three of us, we could spend some time together like we used to.
Maybe. Not today.
Tomorrow then?
Let's see.
Dad, when's the last time we actually spent some time together?
I'm not here. All right.
Keith Byton. Sergeant Hollins, Leatherbridge Police. We've come to have a little chat about the car that's parked outside.
Why?
Because we've had a report that it's stolen.
Of course you have.
She's reported it stolen.
So what, you've come to arrest me, have you?
Look, I am aware that you are the only person who's insured to the
It's
car.
my car.
Yeah. You see, I don't think this is really criminal. I think this is more domestic.
Yeah. That's all it is, a domestic.
Great. So if you and Miss Wade can sort it out between the two of you...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not sorting anything out with her, no way.
OK. Have you been drinking this morning, Mr Byton?
So if I have?
No, he hasn't. I have.
I've got reason to believe that you've been driving under the influence of alcohol.
She told you that as well, did she?
No, he's not. Dad, tell him.
I'm not telling him anything.
Right, OK. Well, I would like to take a breath specimen off you, please.
No.
Dad!
If you refuse, you give me no option but to arrest you and take you down the station.
You've got nothing to prove. Just do it.
Make me.
Mr Byton?
Come on, pig. Arrest me.
OK.
So, Faye.
Faith.
Faith. Of course, Faith. I knew that. Well, it's great to hear from you. What can I do for you?
I just called to thank you.
Thank me.
Well, what happened to me was on my hen night. It's changed everything. You've changed everything.
Oh, yeah, right. Great.
You might have been drunk, Kevin, but you were talking sense. I'm way too young to settle down, to know what I really want.
Well, glad I could help.
So, I've decided I can't go through with it. I'm cancelling the wedding and it's all down to you.
Well, hold on. You're cancelling your wedding because of me?
Yeah. They're all waiting for me, but I don't care.
OK, good luck with it all.
I've already told you, failure to provide an initial specimen is an offence.
You have no reason to ask me for one.
We've got the right to request one if we think you've been driving under the influence.
All you've got is her say-so.
But the next test you provide is the important one, and it'll depend on that whether you get disqualified or not.
I'm not doing it.
Well, then you've just committed another offence, Keith.
You're such a job's worth. I'll make a complaint about you when I get out of here. Harassment.
Thanks.
Another date lined up?
No, it's this girl I met last week. She's just phoned me to thank me for the night we spent together and to say that she's cancelling her wedding.
No. That must be a joke.
No, I don't think so. She's there right now.
What, she's getting married today?
Supposed to be.
Oh, I hope you told her she's doing the wrong thing.
Why would I?
Kevin!
It's none of my business.
It's obviously just last-minute nerves. You can't let her cancel the wedding just because of a one-night stand with you.
But if she doesn't want to get married...
She doesn't know what she wants, does she? Otherwise she wouldn't have called you. You're going to have to go and talk to her.
Huh? No way.
Kevin, you're not really going to let this poor girl make the biggest mistake of her life, are you?
So you found him then?
Yeah, we've spoken to Keith. He is the only person that's insured to drive the car, isn't he?
Well, does that matter? It's still mine.
Do you think that you two could sort this out between you rather than making it a criminal matter?
Does that mean you're not going to do anything about it then? Like, charge him or...
We have no grounds, I'm afraid.
Well, what about for the drink driving? Did you get him for that?
We're still looking into that.
OK, but when they do, will they, you know, will they keep him in?
No, probably not.
So he could come back here?
That looks nasty on your arm.
I caught it in the door.
Helen, if you need any help,
I don't.
is there anyone that you could call to come and be with you today? Any family or friends?
There's no one.
Is that all right? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Nice dress. Sorry. Do you mind if I just... It's all right. OK. Thank you. Faith! Faith, it's Kevin. Open the door.
Kevin, I'm so glad you're here.
Helen! Open the door! You're not going to get away with lying like this, you know? Helen! Open the door now!
I'm glad to see that you came to your senses. but because your specimen is negative, I am going to use my discretion and only caution you for failing to give the breath test earlier.
What about the car?
I've spoken to Helen and she might choose to pursue it as a civil matter.
No, she won't. She can't even drive.
Why did she make the complaint?
Why do you think?
I don't know, but I do know that she was distressed when I saw her earlier.
She's good at that.
Yeah, and she had bruising on her wrist. Do you know how she got them?
What are you getting at?
I'm just trying to understand.
No, I know what you're thinking. Of course you are.
Keith? Keith! Get the doctor! Doctor! Keith! He's just collapsed.
Can you hear me? Get him back in the chair.
Yeah.
OK, support his head.
Oh, get him up, get him up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Keith, can you hear me? My name is Dr. Reed. Mama.
But it's totally normal to have second thoughts, you know.
Is it?
Yeah. And Dave's probably having them too.
You think?
Definitely. And if you love him, which you do, don't you? There's nothing stopping you going downstairs right now, is there?
I suppose I could do worse.
Yes.
Dave is probably the nicest bloke you could ever meet. Not the smartest or the best looking, but kind and nice. Oh, and my dad loves him.
Nice. Faith, calling a man nice is an insult.
Well, to you, maybe.
No, trust me on this, love. Tea is nice, yeah? Jumpers are nice. A man should be sexy, suave, sophisticated. Not nice.
He's all those things too.
OK, great. Well, really happy for you. There's nothing else. I should get back to work.
No, I'm not ready. Please, just a few more minutes.
OK.
Ooh. Why don't you delete the pictures of us off my phone whilst I redo my makeup?
Pictures? Wow. Looks like we had a great night. It's a good way to celebrate your last moments of freedom, eh? What?
But that's just it, Kevin. It wasn't great. It was awful. Really, really awful.
Keith's son's here. How is he?
Well, I suggested he go to hospital, but he refused, although I think he would benefit from being looked over properly.
Well, his tests have come back clear. Couldn't be drugs, could it?
No, I don't think so.
No. Well, just before he collapsed, I was asking him some questions about his partner, and he became very agitated.
You think he faked his collapse to get out of your questions?
No, I think his anxiety levels went through the roof because she's got bruising on her arm. She looked very upset and frightened to me.
Look, Keith collapsed because of his injuries. I mean, he's covered in bruises, scratches, and you saw the burns.
Did he say where they came from?
No.
Stella Walters said she'd never had a night like the night she spent with me. And she meant that as a compliment, by the way. Andrea Coombs, she actually cried during it. It was so good. Stacey, Tracy, Dominique, they've all said that I was the best they've ever had.
It wasn't you, Kevin. No, I mean, it was you. We definitely did, but it wasn't your fault. I've just never enjoyed it.
Never.
Not really.
Well, sometimes people can have problems down there, you know. Not that I know much about it, but it's okay. You can get help.
Your son's arrived to take you home.
Didn't tell anyone, did you, about these?
I had to tell Sergeant Hollings. Keith, I know you didn't want me to say anything, but your injuries are serious. You need to tell someone what happened.
Nothing happened.
All right, well, look, if the burns start to weep, then please go and see your GP. And when you're ready to talk, well, you know where I am. He's He's ready to go.
Did you say anything else?
No, but he's definitely hiding something.
They both are.
I'd like to report an assault by my boyfriend.
Have you told Dave how you feel?
No. But if I'm happy, he's happy.
Yes, couples can live happily without having sex, but it has to be a decision they make together.
Well, maybe I could find those feelings. No.
What?
Nothing. I felt nothing.
Not even a little stirring?
No.
Have you ever enjoyed kissing a man?
No, not really.
Ever enjoyed having sex with a man?
No. What's wrong with me?
Don't know if there's anything wrong with you. Have you ever thought that, you know, maybe you're just not into men at all?
What?
That maybe you're gay?
You can't seriously believe her.
Look, the police need to investigate these complaints properly.
Whatever she said, she's lying.
I'm not.
Danny, do you want to take a seat, please?
She's already lied once today, you know that.
Look, I know this stuff is difficult to hear, but it's best if you just let the police investigate.
Can't believe it. My dad is not like that.
I know it's hard to hear, but it's
Oh,
true.
shut up!
Calm down, or I will ask you to leave.
I'm not going anywhere.
Well, sit down and be quiet.
And let's spread lies about my dad.
I'm not lying. Keith hurt me. Your dad
Oh,
hurt...
just stop it! Just stop talking about it like
I
that!
said calm down. Hey! What are you doing with Danny? Last chance, Mr. Byton.
There's a saying that you hurt Dad. Tell him you didn't.
What? Terry, do you want to take Miss Wade to interview room 1, please?
Dad, tell them!
How could you?
How could I? How could you? How could you do that to me?
Come on, Helen.
Dad.
It's time people knew the truth.
I have been with a woman. Just once.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I did.
Do you like it more than you did with Dave or me?
Yeah.
There you go. It's not that Dave's the wrong man for you. It's that all men are wrong for you.
No, I want to be with Dave. I really do.
That's not fair on Dave or you.
He's my best friend.
That doesn't need to change.
It's not true, is it, Dad? Why is she saying all that stuff? Dad, answer me.
What do you think? Doesn't look good, does it?
You didn't. You wouldn't.
Wouldn't I?
No.
How else did she get the burns then, eh?
I don't know, but if you've got nothing to prove, then why didn't you just say that? It was like this morning with the breathalyzer. You've not had a drink in 2 years, but rather than just say that, you got yourself arrested. It's pathetic. You're pathetic. You're not going to say anything. Say something!
Danny, look at me. Danny, there are all sorts of reasons why people don't speak up straight away. And I know that your dad will. But it needs to be when he's ready.
Josie, can you get a cup of tea sent through to Miss Wade, please? White, 3 sugars.
3 sugars?
She's upset,
And what about Keith? Don't you think he might be upset?
and she's a vulnerable woman.
Well, he's a vulnerable man. We can't assume that she's the victim.
Who says I am?
Rob, I know things are tough at the moment with Karen, but you can't let that cloud your judgment.
You what?
Sorry. So, why did you bring Keith in this morning?
Because we thought he might have been drink driving.
Even though he's been sober for 2 years. Look, people lie for all sorts of reasons.
Can you talk me through what happened today, how you got the burn on your arm?
Keith was angry because I was planning on going to see my mum. He doesn't like it when I visit her.
How often do you manage to see her?
Well, I try to go once a week, but it's hard. She lives in Coventry. It's a nice home, but it's not always easy to get up there.
So, Keith's unhappy with you going to visit your mum. What happened then? He told me that I couldn't go until I finished the ironing. But once I had, he wasn't happy with it. He does that quite a lot. He waits until I've finished. And then if it's not good enough, he'll just throw it around the room and make me do it again and again until it's right. Then what happened?
I started picking it all up, all the clothes. But it wasn't fast enough for him. So he picked up the iron and he held it on my arm and he said, "That should speed you up." I tried to stop him. I think I must have scratched him when I tried to get him off me. So he said, "See how you like it."
Can you remember where you scratched him?
No, I'm not sure. Maybe his arm. I can't remember.
Don't worry, that's okay. I know this is hard.
Sorry.
When we came to see you earlier on, you mentioned that Keith had been drinking this morning. Do you think that that might have had something to do with this argument?
I think so. It often does.
I knew we should have gone with pink buttonholes, not white.
You do know that you can't go through this, don't you? That you've got to tell Dave the truth.
And how would you feel if your fiancée told you on your wedding day that she liked women?
I'd be pretty miffed,
Exactly.
but I'd be even more upset if she went through with the wedding knowing full well that I wasn't right for her.
Can't.
Yes, you can. If you love Dave like you say you do, then you've got to tell him.
Dave?
What I'm failing to understand is that you have told us twice now that he had a drink this morning.
Yeah, he did.
But when we tested him earlier, his results came back completely clear.
Well, he didn't have very much.
No?
No.
But even if he would have had a very small amount, it would have shown up.
Maybe it was last night he drank, not this morning.
Maybe. You see, I've been given to understand that Keith has been sober for nearly 2 years now. Is that true?
No. No. I mean, he has been, but he keeps slipping up. Well, that's what we argue about. He'll tell everyone he's off the booze, but he isn't. It's a lie. Ask him.
We will. And you also said that you were planning on seeing your mum today alone.
Yeah.
But you can't drive, can you, Helen?
No, I know. Keith usually drives.
You said you were going to go alone.
Yeah, because he drives me there, then he doesn't come in to see her.
And will your mum verify that? Because we will ask her. How did you really get those injuries, Helen?
Am I under arrest?
Don't speak to them, Dad. Not without a solicitor.
No, you're not under arrest.
Please keep out of it, son.
Dad, you need a solicitor.
And we know that Helen lied about you assaulting her.
What?
So, a formal statement from you coupled with the forensic evidence should be enough to convict whoever inflicted those wounds on Helen. And on you.
What do you mean on him?
Keith.
We're only trying to help.
Dad?
You have got nothing to be ashamed of.
Why do I feel like such a fool?
Keith, you're not a fool.
Not at all.
What's going on?
Helen did this to me. Probably did the same thing to herself. For the last 2 years, she's constantly threatened, assaulted, intimidated me and made me feel like the smallest, most pathetic man alive, and I let her. I let her.
Well, mind how you go, and I'll see you again in a few weeks.
Not giving her your business card.
Why would I do that?
Just thought she was your type, that's all.
No, I don't mix business with pleasure.
Since when?
Since women are more hassle than they're worth, I'm going to focus on myself now, on my career. I've got to stop copping off with inappropriate women. Find someone a bit more special.
Good for you. I hope it works out for you.
Thanks. Lisa Robinson. If you'd like to go through.
And may I remind you, you are still a married woman.
No, please don't remind me.
To all intents and purposes, you are Cinderella.
I am Cinderella.
Exactly.
What else have you two organised for me behind my back?
Oh, nothing.
Just learn the lines and don't bump into the furniture.
Coming up on BBC1, it's